right, it's a beautiful Sunday evening, day number 7 in the month of December 2025. Good evening, folks, and welcome to Iron Port here on Metropolitan Television. Iron Port is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Revenue Authority, GWEL PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, MPS, and indeed Phoenix Insurance. The show is proudly powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority-GPHA, and our media partner on this journey of a lifetime is the Business and Financial Times, the BNFT. Now, if you want to have a grasp of all the transpired on the show tonight, make a date and grab the Thursday edition of the BNFT, and you'll be able to read all that happened here on the show. Tonight, we are streaming live on our social media pages. On Facebook, we are live at Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Still on Facebook, we are live at Port of Tema. And on YouTube, we are streaming live at Iron Port. Now, as usual, we're getting interactive with you, and so all you have to do is sit back, relax, grab your phones, and send us some messages and comments ahead via our dedicated WhatsApp line, which is 0538-037353, 0538-037353. When the time is ripe, and I pick signals from the production team, we shall activate the phone lines for you to call in and contribute to the discussion. My name is Kennedy Mona. We are going for a quick break. When we return, we'll continue with the show. Please stay with us.
Energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP. Wufilia. Huh? Wupefee. Goil, good energy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water. Or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Welcome to today's edition of Serene Insurance Business News. We present to you Serena. You're right. You can complete an entire insurance process for the purchase of any motor and other insurance products, from onboarding to issuing a motor insurance sticker and policy certificate, all on WhatsApp in less than 10 minutes. Serena is simple to use and it prioritizes user ease and flexibility. You can either use voice notes or text to effortlessly issue your instant policy, cross-platform renewals, claims, and also process your payments through mobile money, Visa, and MasterCard. To engage Serena, just search for Serena Insurance on all social media handles and scan the Serena barcode or save her number 0500 517 114 and start chatting her on WhatsApp immediately. There you have it. Serena is not just a tool, it's an innovation by Serene Insurance designed to redefine how motor and travel insurance are accessed and managed. Speed, convenience, and reliability.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
All right, so welcome back. We are now going to take a look at happenings in the port and shipping industry over the last week by way of local stories. Please enjoy.
The governor of the United States Virgin Islands, Albert Bryan Jr., has paid a working visit to the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, leading a 12-member delegation to explore new areas of cooperation between Ghana and the U.S. Virgin Islands. He was received by top management of the authority, led by the General Manager Engineering, Komla Ofori, who represented the Director General. The visit formed part of the governor's broader mission to deepen historical, cultural, and economic ties with Ghana, a country he described as central to the heritage of Africans across the Western diaspora. During the meeting, the U.S. Virgin Islands delegation expressed strong interest in scaling up cargo throughput between the two sides. Governor Bryan said he was impressed by Tema Port's 2 million TEU milestone and emphasized the strategic advantage of leveraging the Virgin Islands status as a U.S. port to facilitate smoother access into the American market. He also shared insights into the immense potential of cruise tourism for Ghana, revealing that the Caribbean nation is currently expanding its deepwater port to accommodate the largest class of cruise vessels. The GPHA management expressed appreciation for the visit and reaffirmed Ghana's readiness to explore partnerships in both maritime trade and cruise tourism development. Governor Bryan said more during an interview with Iron Port.
One of the things that is amazing about the U.S. Virgin Islands is you heard a lot about the tariffs that are being imposed in the United States. Well, we're a U.S. port without any tariffs. We can waive your tariff totally. So before we had a 15% tariff on cocoa, we could bring that into the Virgin Islands, no tariff, grind it, refine it, and then move it to the United States as a U.S.-made product. That's tremendous savings for manufacturers as well as suppliers and more sales for Ghana. The other part about that is that we offered a tax incentive, much like the free trade zones of Ghana, where you don't pay income tax to the United States. So it's a great opportunity for people to do business and a great opportunity for us to link back with our roots here in Ghana.
LCB Worldwide Ghana, in partnership with the Ghana Health Service, has held a stakeholder engagement in Accra aimed at reinforcing Ghana's biosecurity systems, especially across the country's seaports and other points of entry. The meeting was under the theme, Sustaining Ghana's Biosecurity, the Role of the Ghana Health Service, Disinfection Health Service. The engagement attracted broad representation from the maritime and trade ecosystem, including Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, Customs Brokers Association of Ghana, Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana, and Joint Association of Port Transport Unions Ghana, among others. Their contributions reflected a general endorsement of the ongoing disinfection program and even called for further fortification that cover the hinterlands to safeguard the country of disease-causing pathogens.
I'm actually enthused about the fact that LCB actually does not decelerate clearance from the port. That is what I'm really enthused about it, because when you observe what goes on at various ports when the containers are exiting, they actually goes through seamlessly. And so that is a very good point. I will encourage that you maintain it.
We know that they do the fumigation at the airport. And because that's why I mentioned that if the fumigation is not done, our products are not received.
I am here, most importantly, to explore the opportunity of strengthening the collaboration between JAP2 Ghana, which is the umbrella body for the transport unions operating from the ports of Ghana, with LCB, to see how we can also have a tracking sector-specific strategy as part of the broader national strategy of combating these biosecurity threats that may be facing us.
The MNG said they have the capacity. And in as much as I can port to assembly, one more to me, a jumbo year all these years. If he said, I will place the call to Ghana buying. So on LCB for transit. Now, omuntre o majumanum. Na ebinka and tontom ewo ye cream. Na ebema Ghana yehon ayede atoye.
A major highlight of the event was a presentation by Raphael John Mafo, former director of Port Health and now with LCB Worldwide Ghana. He unpacked the concept of biosecurity and detailed its relevance to Ghana's maritime operations.
Fortunately for Ghana, during the COVID era, that was when LCB was in operations in the country. The whole Ghana, we closed our borders, the airport, but we never closed the seaport. Am I right? Yeah. So it was based on the fact that LCB was disinfecting all containers entering, all the vehicles entering. Nigeria closed their port, and they had to come in. At that time, I was at the airport. I was at the seaport. They came to learn how Ghana was doing, for which reason we have not closed the seaport.
Adding to this was Fifi Boabeng Baden, lead for partnerships and programs at LCB Worldwide Ghana, who delivered a comprehensive presentation on the hidden dangers of global trade and highlighted the importance of WHO-endorsed biosecurity interventions such as LCB's nationwide disinfection activities at designated points of entry.
All across the world, nation-states of the world recognize the value of this service, and that's why 196 countries of the world have signed on to the WHO International Health Regulations to implement this. But it's not enough that LCB implements the service status. It's important that we maintain it and maintain it at the highest of standards. And that is why we are compliant with all the necessary ISO certifications to ensure that we are delivering value to the Ghanaian consumer.
Chairing the engagement, Dr. Joseph Obeng, former president and council member of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, assured of his continued endorsement of this essential activity in Ghana's ports and added to calls for expansion. LCB Worldwide Ghana concluded its engagement with an assurance that improved equipment, upgraded monitoring systems, and strengthened protocols are being implemented to keep Ghana's disinfection regime responsive to evolving threats.
If you are talking about those people who are very much comfortable with this exercise, then it's the trading community. Because these containers enter our home, our houses. And our children will be touching these containers, playing around it, the tiles and all that.
The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has held a pre-Christmas sales and exhibition dubbed Bonyedra. The week-long event was officially launched on Monday, December 1st, 2025 by the Director of Port of Tema, Tebon Zuma. The pre-Christmas sales and exhibition, which formed part of GPHA's tradition of fostering collaboration and appreciation among its staff and stakeholders, featured a variety of goods and services offered at discounted rates to commemorate the end of the business year. The initiative is an essential component of the authority's broader effort to strengthen internal consistency and support local vendors who collaborated with the port throughout the year. The sales event also provided a platform for staff to interact informally outside their regular work environment, reinforcing team spirit at GPHA as GPHA prepares for new operational targets for the coming year.
The director of Port Tema, Tebon Zuma, highlighted that the end-of-year sales served not only as a welfare gesture but also as an opportunity to acknowledge the collective contributions that have sustained port activities in an increasingly competitive maritime sector.
This Bronyagwa sales is a perfect one, and we think that we should encourage this kind of programs to allow staff to have items at reasonable prices, particularly the livestock items for Christmas, some of the vehicles at reduced prices. It's just a brilliant opportunity to make these things affordable to staff.
He added that the authority remains committed to maintaining efficient operations, improving service delivery, and advancing the nation's maritime economy in 2026 and beyond. Some patrons and exhibitors shared some thoughts with Iron Port. The Tema Fishing Harbour has recorded a major milestone with the arrival of the Orange Frost Willemstad, a 137-meter fishing vessel and the largest ever to call at the facility. The vessel docked on Wednesday, November 19, 2025. Port officials say the visit reflects the steady growth and rising capacity of Ghana's fishing industry. The Orange Frost Willemstad stayed at the harbour for 3 days. The general manager of the Tema Fishing Harbour, Engineer Stephen Ampiel, noted that recent upgrades to the facility have significantly improved its ability to receive and manage larger vessels safely and efficiently.
Before this one, the largest to have called the fishing harbour was 128 meters. We are happy that with our infrastructure here, we are able to support such vessels, and we are so excited to host Orange Frost in the fishing harbour.
Also speaking, Dockmaster at the Tema Fishing Harbour, Alfred Damley, said his team had prepared adequately ahead of the vessel's arrival, ensuring that all operational and safety measures were firmly in place.
Since it's within the limit of 6.1, why not? Together with the length of space that we have, why not? We can bring her in. And we just call signals, inform them, and then here we are.
An executive of the Fishmongers Association, Daniel Ajeti Tete, welcomed the vessel's arrival, describing it as a boost that will improve business, increase supply, and generate more revenue for local traders.
All right, so welcome back. Those were happenings in the port and shipping industry over the last week. We are now zooming to a discussion proper tonight. And tonight we're taking a look at agriculture and how to make it attractive to the youth of our country. And this comes on the heels of the celebration of the National Farmers' Day on the 5th, that was on Friday of December 2025, in which an 82-year-old man by name Openyi Abraham Kweku Edusei emerged winner of all the farmers in Ghana. He came up tops, and he was closely followed by Mr. Osman Kadri. And then the second runner-up also was 63-year-old Charles Jato from the Oti region. And so it begs the question, where are all the youth in the scheme of things as far as agriculture in our country is concerned? Because we have an 82-year-old man who emerged victorious as the national best farmer. And as for Mr. Kadri Osman, we don't know his age, but we are told that the second runner-up, who is Mr. Charles Jato from the Oti region, is also 63 years old. And so we beg the question, what can we do? This has been an age-long thing, a long-standing issue of how to get the youth attracted to agriculture. I must confess that, yes, in some quarters you find the youth, taking agric seriously and really cashing in on that particular sector or business. And so that's what we're discussing today, and we couldn't have had better personnel or better experts to come and have this discussion with us, but Mr. Philip Abayori, who is president of the Ghana Agricultural Chamber of Commerce. Good evening, sir, and welcome.
Fine evening, thank you.
Mr. Abayori is no stranger to Iron Port. He was here a couple of weeks ago on a different discussion, and I think it panned out pretty well. Also in the studios with us, no stranger to Iron Port, Mr. Kadri Rashad, who is Executive Director of CropLife Ghana. Good evening, sir, and welcome.
Thank you very much, Mona. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The last time you were here, you came in a different capacity. And so I'm told there's mighty elevation.
Sure.
Congratulations. Sir.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let me begin with Mr. Abayori and find out from you. Friday was National Farmers Day, like I mentioned in my preamble. And, you know, I'm sure you followed, you know, the event. You probably were there yourself. So tell us, how did it go for you?
Yeah, the day was a very remarkable day. Full of joy and excitement for the farmers across the country.
Right.
You know, we the farmers, production to feed our population is one of the cardinal points of the farmer.
Absolutely.
So we are very excited for being honored as the contribution that we are offering to the nation.
Right.
So the farmers, the day was a very exciting day for all of us, and we are very happy.
Absolutely. Rashad, how did it go?
It went well. At least we set aside a day to honor our gallant farmers who put food on our table. Our food security initiatives couldn't have been met without their efforts.
Right.
It's been a winding season, and thanks be to God, the yields have been okay. And we just had to set this day aside to say thank you to all the farmers and to the award winners.
Absolutely. All right, so let me begin with you and find out from you. Like I said, you know, getting the youth involved in agric has been a long-standing issue.
Sure.
They don't see it as something that is business. They think that it's only paupers or people who are poor that ventures into farming. And so they zero their minds in on the old farmer with the hoe, if you go up north, with the hoe on his shoulder, and then perhaps a cutlass in hand, and wearing tattered clothes and moving to the farm. And so that's a picture that they have about the farmer, you know. But I think we've gone past that with people doing a lot of commercial, you know, activity as far as agriculture is concerned. Tell us, what is our bane?
Thank you very much, Mona. This is the multi-million-dollar question. I would say it all starts with our career from school building. If you recall, I don't know when you completed your junior high school.
Yes.
We saw agriculture to be a punishment.
Absolutely.
If you were in class and then you were making noise or there were some free lessons.
They take you to the farm.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
even in senior high school. Yeah.
Exactly. So right there and there, we formed the perception that agriculture was punishment. So it was very difficult for someone to come out and say he wants to go into agriculture because then we would go into our farms with our traditional hoe and cutlasses.
Yes.
And that is what has formed our opinion till this date. I think now we have to make a conscious effort to move away from the basic hoe and cutlass agriculture to include, like you said, technology. As we are now catching up with technology. We are now in an era of AI that we can jump onto. We should make a conscious effort to look at agriculture and agribusiness financing and funding, which are two separate things. Generally, we look at agriculture to be a very risky business. I give you one example. A colleague of mine who was farming soya beans up north wanted to insure his farm against bushfire. And the insurance company told him that they were not ready to insure the farm.
Wow.
Yes, because bushfires, they said, were
high risk.
High risk.
Up north.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can imagine the monies that are at stake. So if he, with looking at the monies that he's putting in, he would rather put it in another venture like Comets that he thinks it can easily be turned over for him to get the monies right there and there. So we need to make a conscious effort, like I said, inculcate technology into our modern day agriculture and move away from the basic hoe and cutlass type of agriculture. We should also be purposeful in driving agriculture financing, tailor-made financial products and services for the youth, so that they can be able to go. We can look at credit facilities. We can have tailor-made credit to support youth in agriculture. Currently, if you look at the the Bank of Ghana lending rate somewhere 19%, and this has even reduced. As early as January, it was somewhere, the interbank lending rate was somewhere around, average was somewhere around 30%.
Right.
And that is very high.
Absolutely.
How many youth would have that capital to be able to go and then access finance, to be able to invest into
and make profit,
the value chain as well? So we should make a conscious effort to develop specific agricultural financing and funding mechanisms for the youth to be able to tap into. We have organizations like the Agricultural Development Bank. Yes, they can. This is something that's a call we are making out for them to develop some of these schemes and make it readily available for the youth to access. We are talking about technology. This is an era where we have AIs and a lot of technologies that this generation that is referred to as Gen Z are particularly very adaptive to. So why don't we look at strategies where we can adapt technology to agriculture?
Right.
Now we are looking at pest management, early warning systems. We are looking at access to funding. We can have these platforms in the technology, like agri-technologies or financial technologies, that would link the youth to access these financial services.
Right.
It will link them to markets. It will link them to seeds. It will link them to fertilizers.
Right.
I mean, so we need to move away from the traditional hoe and cutlass, and then adapt some of these things, like technology I'm talking about. There's a lot we can do. What technology does is that it increases productivity, increases efficiency, and then also promotes sustainability as well. We are in an era where there's a lot of climate change issues. Farmers don't even know when to expect the rains.
Absolutely.
You sow, and then you are praying to God for the next rains to come.
True.
If it doesn't come, then you are doomed.
That's true.
We need to integrate now AI. We can use it to estimate when the rains are coming, when to sow, when not to sow. So these are things that we need to look at.
Right.
We can also look at issues of mechanization, access to mechanization.
And from what you said, that tells you that agric is not just for the illiterates or
exactly,
those that are uneducated.
Exactly.
I mean, people, it's evolving.
Exactly.
And we have a lot of even professors, people,
exactly.
PhDs. I mean, highly educated people venturing into agric.
Exactly. So once we make that deliberate effort as a nation to integrate some of this technology and AI into agric to make the services from farm to fork very affordable and accessible to the youth, why not? They'll be willing to move into agriculture.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I also recall those days, like when you are asked in the classroom, what do you want to be in future? Everybody mentions bat farming. Nobody wants to venture there. And I know, Mr. Abayori, you have been in this industry for God knows when. I mean, for so long a time. I know at one point you were the president of the Ghana Fishermen and Award Winners Association of Ghana, Farmers and Fishermen Award Winners Association of Ghana. I mean, you've won awards, you've won the accolades, you've seen it, you've been there, you've done that. Tell us, why are the youth shying away from venturing into agriculture?
Yeah, I think some of the things he has mentioned, but you see, we have to structure our agricultural sector to give the youth a place.
Right, okay.
You know, we are generalizing agriculture, and our policy must be broken into pieces. In Ghana, for instance, we say, okay, we have about almost 60% of the population in agriculture, and about almost 70% of them are peasant or smallholder farmers.
Sure, yes.
Now, if we want to go back, which is very important because history will set us straight.
Absolutely.
Within the 60s, getting to the 70s, or even from generations, we have what we call family farms. And those are the indigenous people who are in agriculture for subsistence, to sustain their livelihood, primarily. Then came smallholder farmers who rent lands around to do productivity for also their livelihood, but for commercial gain. So they rent lands, They are not indigenous. So they rent your land for some years, they work on it, you share, and that kind of thing, which became a business.
Yes.
So primarily, you can see we have indigenous people who are, their hands are green, they are working.
Can you get the microphone close to you?
Their hands are green, and what they do is agriculture, farming.
Yes.
Then came commercial farming, where you have people who want to put their money into agriculture to make more money. And in even commercial farming, we have the large scale and the medium scale.
Yes.
So then the business starts. Now, we have generalized agriculture as one, so all our policy is agric. But because we are not segregated, it is very difficult for some people to fit themselves. I'll tell you that it has even become more expensive to be in the agricultural sector as a farmer than before. Why? The cattle and hoe that we are talking about even doesn't count again. Now you need to buy chemicals.
Yes.
Zero tillage. You spray the land to kill the grass. You spray to prevent weeds from coming and plant your crops. When the weeds even come, you attack the weeds with chemicals to make sure that you kill them and apply fertilizers till you harvest. That is the current system generally being used. So now, those traditional farmers that are farming for subsistence don't have the capacity to buy these chemicals.
The chemicals, yeah, that's true.
You understand? So I think those are the people we are going around, LEAP is going around giving them money because we say they are within the poverty belt.
Yes.
Because we have driven them to the poverty belt because now they cannot, their hoe and cattle and they can't buy fertilizer, they can't do something, so they have to rely on, So this is the status of agriculture that we are operating. With the one who is a medium-scale farmer can buy the chemicals, he has a market he can sell. The commercial farmers too have access to market. He also has access to finance to be able to do. Now, if you look at this structure and say the youth should come in, where are they going to come in? Are they coming as smallholder farmers, family farmers, or they are coming as medium-scale farmers or large-scale farmers? Because you have not given a definition. In that case, how are they going to come in? You understand? They don't own land, and even if they do own land, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Then how will they place themselves? Which support will they get to be able to come into the sector?
Right.
You understand? So all we need to do is that we need to redefine the sector. Look at the family, strengthen the family farms. Those are people who can never come out from agriculture. And I even think that government priority of subsidy should go to them. You understand? So that they become very strong in the community. And within that point, the youth can find themselves because the youth have technology, they are educated, they live in the communities. That's where those are their fathers.
Yes.
So then they will apply technology. They'll be able to enhance that support that government is giving to them to upgrade and then come to basic farmers who have technology to drive agriculture.
Yes.
That is the basis. Because the land too is in the community. So you can start it in that particular mood. But if you look at the current situation, you need to go and borrow money, as he has said, at 30% or 33% maximum. Now, the base rate has come down. But if you borrow this amount of money and then go and put in agriculture, and somebody to borrow the same money and go to Dubai to go and buy mobile phone parts or China, he will arrive within 1 month.
You sell
and
out.
make his money. So we need to incentivize agriculture credit to ensure that if you are giving agriculture credit to us at 7%, you are not doing any bad, because definitely we have a long gestation period. Some crops will take 1 year, 6 months to 1 year, and some, if it is horticulture, you can be talking about almost 5 to 7 years and etc. But we're just talking about basic crops that, I mean, for sustainable. So in this case, agriculture financing needs to be well defined, where we need to get agriculture finance at a lower, you know.
I know during the celebrations there were some farmers that called for 2%. You know.
Oh no, 5. Is it commercial? Let's say 5% plus 2 LIBOR, international standard.
Right.
You go to our neighbors. They are taking agriculture finance at 7%, but they share border of us across the other countries.
Right.
And we are taking 33%. How can we be competitive? Then you complain that food prices are our food prices are expensive.
Yes.
The cost, you understand? So that is what we need to look at. The next step is that we need to ensure that we have some vibrant markets. Our post-harvest losses are very high.
Yes.
The reason is that, I mean, storage and transportation has become an issue. You understand what I'm trying to say? Farmers have a lot of, currently, as I talked to you, last year produce are still in the hands of the farmers, maize, soybean, and some essential crops. This year, their harvesting is still in their hands.
Right.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Definitely, there will be a lot of losses because the farmer originally shouldn't have been the one storing food. In some jurisdictions, the farmer produces, the moment he finishes, the produce are stored. You know, somebody's job is to come and market them. I'm to produce, I finish. You weigh and carry it away, and then I start my work again. Here, the farmer is the one producing, he's the marketer, and he is everything.
Yeah.
You understand? Which we should try to decouple. To a point that if we can get the farmers producing and somebody is off-taking, automatic. It happened before some years ago when we were having food distribution.
Yes.
I'm a beneficiary because I was farming. The moment I finished producing, we also have rice mills.
So you are sure already.
Yeah, rice mills. There were rice mills dotted across the country. And so we have, the moment you produce your rice, they will come and weigh it in the farm. They carry it away.
The farm gate, yeah.
The bank that gave you the money will go to them and collect their money. You understand? When they calculate, they finish, they come and pay you.
Wow.
So I don't struggle for market.
Yeah.
My job is to produce. You know, things change after we had the economic recovery program, structural adjustment and program, PAMSCAT, program of action to mitigate the social cost of adjustment. Those programs destroyed our agriculture to a point that now government was not involved because some of these institutions which were taking were government institutions.
Yes.
Like food distribution, rice mills, and etc. So it now became that the farmer has to struggle, you understand, to be able to sustain himself and then also sustain the country. So we need to have a paradigm shift, a deliberate attempt to look at agriculture in 4 different phases. Look at the family farms, the smallholder farmers, the medium, and then the large-scale farmers. See where we place everybody, where government support will push, and where we make, some kind of systems very competitive for the commercial ones to be able to take their place. Agriculture is naturally one of the easiest places that one can fit himself and get gainful employment.
Sure. Yes.
Apart from crops, you have livestock, you have aquaculture, but all these are also feeding on crops because definitely you need feed.
Absolutely.
And the feed will come. So it's a kind of value chain.
Yes.
So we need to make a concerted effort to look at this. And if we do this, you imagine if we had people offering agricultural mechanization services across the country. We have transporters who will go and then transport. Yes. We have aggregators who will go and pick up this produce the moment they are ready to the warehouses. We have, you are getting people who are providing agricultural mechanization to offer, to gainful employment for people.
Yeah.
The transporters will also have gainful employment for people. Those who are storing, there's going to be a lot of employment, you understand? Then we have people who may add value, you understand? Processing to animal feed, processing to adding value for, other sources, you understand? So it will create a lot of big employment generation and also expand our economy.
Right.
And, give us a lot of food security and also expansion for export for foreign exchange.
Absolutely.
So we have some equivalent tax, but it's not a tax, it's just for us to reset ourselves and put things in the right perspectives, and the country will be good to go.
Right. Yeah. And I think that we should be able to do this premised on the fact that we have the Ministry of Agriculture, and now we even have a Directorate of Agric at the presidency.
Exactly.
And I think that these are some of the issues that they should be looking at.
Sure.
And
Dr. Otukono.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I think that there are some steps because you see now we have Ministry of Trade and Agribusiness. So it means all the commercial and medium-scale farmers will decouple themselves and go to that's
absolutely.
While the Ministry of Agri concentrate on their small family farms and then also the smallholder farmers. I think if we do that, I think we will be able to, bring the youth into agriculture very easily.
Right.
Because then government is concentrating in this, supporting this smallholder, including the family farms where these youth are from. They are from families.
Yes.
And those people who brought them to do agriculture are the people who cannot afford. So you don't expect them to be able to jump from their fathers and become farmers when their farmers in front are weak. When we support their fathers, they will take over from their fathers and do better than the fathers by applying technology.
Absolutely.
So that is what we need to do.
I agree with you because, like you said, the recent glut in cereals has been a discouraging factor to most of us who are into farming. Like you said, even there's a backlog of cereals from last year to add to this year's. We have our 1.3 metric tons of cereal sitting in the warehouses and storage facilities. That is close to like 50 billion Ghana cedis worth of investment, and that is huge.
Absolutely.
And for the youth to see all these standing and then
still want to
yes,
venture into,
exactly.
yeah.
So these are things we really need to
Doesn't
look
make
at.
it attractive, yeah.
Like we need to have a holistic approach. Now we have to move away from the production to look at the entire value chain. So we need to add value to whatever we are doing, because we are basically concentrating at the bottom, which is the production.
Yes.
There are a lot of opportunities in the value chain, post-harvest, processing and manufacturing, retail, and then commerce and all that. These are things that we need to expand on and then make businesses out of it, not just the production. And I still come back to my issue of technology. We can integrate technology into all these value chain activities so that it will be very simple for the youth to be able to adapt to.
Yes.
So a lot of times you see that even after the production, some of the middlemen even come in to take some of a lot of the monies, because they are those selling. Now, if you're able to engage on agriculture technology platforms, develop these platforms, I think there are a few of them that we can get on, then you have access to mechanization on it. Just on a click of a button, you can have access to mechanization, you can have access to extension.
Yes.
Even currently, if you look at our extension farmer ratio, it is about 1,000 to 1:1,500.
Farmers, yeah, sure. One extension officer
is to 1,500. But the international standards, we are looking at 1:500.
Yeah.
So our extension services are stretched beyond limits. So we need to adapt to some of these technology inventions so that we can have easy access to some of these extension services. You don't have to go to an extension officer. Just on a click of button, you're able to queue in what pest and disease invasions are on your crops. Then there and there you have solutions. Exactly. Then you're able to just tackle it there and there. And it makes agriculture very lucrative for the youth to. So we should look at it from the whole value chain approach.
Recently, the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, had cause to call on schools. I think that was during one of the celebrations, one of the senior high schools. He called on them, on the senior high schools, to establish farms, to go back to those days of establishing farms. Don't you think that's a good step towards encouraging the youth to venture into this field?
Sure.
Yeah, it is. I didn't want to take the wind out of your mouth because I became a farmer through that.
Okay.
Because once I was in school, we're learning, the tools were there.
Right.
So we use them to farm. So from there, I went out in the backyard where we bath, that water passed it through. I did the farm behind. Right. And I got, on time. So once I was in school, I was farming.
Right.
So I know all the, and I became even one of the youngest award winner because of the knowledge. Because, the knowledge we got was a little above.
You got it theoretically and you got it practically.
So, I did very well in agriculture. So it's a very good step and we should maintain it.
Yeah.
Not only for we should do it up to tertiary.
Right.
You understand? Where people can even have their leisure time. And
that was one of the questions I was going to pose, whether we should tailor our syllabus and also establish faculties solely for agri in our tertiary institutions.
And you see, there's a high demand for professional service in the agricultural sector, but we don't have.
Right.
Just like you have lawyers coming out from School of Law all the time. Last time I went to the program, I was very happy. We have many lawyers that have come, dressed very nice. I want to see agriculturists coming. We have agronomists coming out like that, farm managers. Do you know that if you are looking for a farm manager in Ghana to employ, you will not get?
Wow.
You can check and see. Where are you going to get? We're not talking about extension services. We're talking about trained farm managers.
Wow.
Where people who want to invest in agriculture can employ you. You do as I can employ you when I'm in a contractor. You are my manager to manage my work. That is something we are looking for.
Wow.
Train a lot of farm managers and put them there. Train a lot of agronomists where they offer private services. You understand? It's very important. Because people want to be employed, but their skills that they are having cannot give us any services.
Limited skills,
so upgrade these people and put them to us so that at least they can help us. We need a lot of agronomists. We pass extension. Extension is the knowledge given to us, but we need problem solving.
Yes.
You understand? Where you get agronomists, they know it all. You understand? Both in crop, then we look at engineers in agriculture. where agricultural mechanization, you understand, they will have their own system and tools. They can move to the field and offer services. If you need a fitter to go and do an agriculture, repair your tractor, it's very difficult. You understand? It shouldn't be. You understand? Because this is a sector that brings volumes, billions of cedis.
Yes.
So there is money there. That's why it is so. So if you can get a service there, you make some money. But we do not have.
Yes.
You understand? So it's something that we need to look at seriously to be able to create the environment that will allow that to happen. When that happens, then we know that even today, all the tipper truck drivers that are driving, the young boys, you see small boys driving, they are tractor operators.
Yes.
All are tractor operators now. To get a tractor operator to operate your tractor is a problem.
Yeah.
Why should it be so? You understand? Train the tractor operators and put them out there.
Yeah.
You understand? So that we can have thousands of them,
sure.
so that they can run our machinery. Backhoe, what do you call those equipment that are in mining. The boys have run away and went there because, one, you know, agriculture, as I said, if our cost is high, our cost of production is high, and our remuneration to our workers is lower because you cannot overpay.
Yes.
You understand? So we need, but if we have mass employment opportunities, if an operator leaves, another one will come. You understand?
Sure. Yeah.
So that is where our weakness is. We don't have these people. We don't have enough agronomists. We don't have you can't be an agriculture country without having so many agronomists that can run your country.
Yes.
You know, you don't have a lot of tractor operators, well trained. You understand? You don't also have farm managers where they can manage farms.
Yeah.
So that is something we need to do. And if we do this, you will start to reset the system to ensure that the agriculture sector will be more the youth will even be encouraged.
Yeah.
Or he's going to meet a manager who will guide him and etc. You understand? We need that. It's a very
so I think you have just identified a void that we need to fill. And the tertiary institutions, if they are watching, if you are vice chancellors, they are registrars and all that watching, please, I know you need to, I would advise that you set up a faculty for agri. And then one of the courses you should study is farm management. Farm management.
And agribusiness.
And agribusiness.
I went to court the other day. I went to court the other day, and I saw these young ladies and young men who are lawyers. I was very happy. You know, very young. You understand? And I say, yes, our country is doing something. You know, they are very young, and they've got to that stage. It means they are going to do well. You understand?
The way you have seen them and they've inspired you, I'll not be surprised if tomorrow you tell them that you are pursuing law.
I'm just, you see, something, it's very impressive.
Yeah, sure.
Can we see some farm managers trained like that?
You churn them out.
Yeah, that you are rolling out these farm managers. You know, even the employment opportunities you'll be offering for these people who say they don't have work outside this country.
Sure.
If you need a farm manager now, you need to go to South Africa or Kenya.
I agree.
You understand? And agriculture is a very, very lucrative. You can make some money.
It's serious business
out of it. You understand? We need irrigation, agronomists. We need so many things are there.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I agree. Yes. So, like you said, with the president's appeal for them to start farming, like my brother said, it's a good step. And for me, even beyond that, we should look at, for instance, he has been a beneficiary of some of these initiatives. So we should look at people in his caliber as mentees, so that mentors, so that they can mentor. They can mentor these people right from that level.
Yes,
we can have we can have a lot of them. Then even the national best farmers that we've just honored, the regional ones, the district ones, we can assign them to schools within their regions and districts. That,
exactly. We have done it before.
Yeah.
Years ago, when I was the president of the Award Winners Association, we had a collaboration with the College of Agriculture and Consumer Science in Legon, and we're placing 60 students per year with the award winners.
Okay.
Wow.
Today, some of the NGOs that you have, very vibrant agriculture NGOs you have in this country, they are managed by those students that we train.
You trained.
And that is
fantastic.
You enter, so I'm surprised. Sometimes I go, they say, I'm the boss here. I say, are you?
Wow.
You know, and they were just attached to us.
Wow.
UST, next to Kwame Nkrumah University, too, they sent some students by the end of the year to do 1 year placement with the farmers before they will write their thesis and the farmer will recommend. That was happening.
Wow.
You see, but we're doing it with our own money.
Yeah.
You know, we cannot sustain it.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. And if it's continued, that we had some support today that we can place these students, we can place them.
Yeah.
It's not out of place. We can place them across the country for 1 year each. They will learn and etc. But we need that support to be able to do that. You know, all the national service people that come out, look at the number that comes per year.
Yeah.
When I look at them, I say, these are our productive youth that we need to put in the fields. We can put them across the fields, you understand, deliberately to produce various crops within the year. Some crops take 6 months, you understand. And they themselves will have interest because the money that will come out for them to see, nobody will tell them that they should do.
I think there's some good news. My production team is telling me the boss of the National Service has intimated that when they were choosing their National Service, 50% of the applicants, 50% of the service persons chose agriculture.
Wow. And
so that's very good.
Thing.
Yeah, that's
yes,
very good news.
That is a good way
that's
to
very,
start.
very good
yes.
news.
That is a good point to start.
There's something in agriculture.
Sure.
Yes.
But,
the knowledge that
what I'm also calling for is that even we should also concentrate on the production. We should look at the entire value chain.
Right.
From production, post-harvest management to processing, manufacturing, retail, and commerce.
Yes.
These are we should spread our tentacles to all the value chain so that we don't just concentrate on the production.
Sure.
Yes, so we can look at changing our school curriculum at those levels to include agribusiness.
Absolutely.
So agriculture and agribusiness, taking agriculture as a business. Then you learn the trading aspect of it, how to promote your products and all that. So we should also make a conscious effort to introduce it in our curricula and then include agribusiness as well. And that will be a good point to start.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. All right. So he mentioned earlier the issue of insurance, where a farmer went to seek the services of an insurance firm to protect his farm and to cover his farm, so to speak. And then the firm ran away. They said they wouldn't do it because for me, as a layman, my initial inkling is that, okay, they think it's high risk.
High risk.
And so bushfires are predominant in that particular area, so they wouldn't venture.
Agriculture is no more risky as I sit here today. The risk in agriculture has been lifted. So anybody who wants to put your money into agriculture, you just need information. We have the Ghana Agricultural Insurance Pool, which offer insurance, production insurance.
Okay.
You understand? We have an agreement with them, so we can place insurance across. To place insurance across and ensure that insurance is spread. It's a voluntary one.
Ghana Agri Insurance Pool.
Yes.
Okay.
And what they are there to do, they will insure your farm against risks of drought. They will go beyond to do floods.
Do they insure against fire?
No, fire is something that we need to discuss. I want to even tell you about fire when we finish. You see, we need to get to a point that they can do that. They started first on drought and then floods. That's the risks. Now they've added seed.
Right. Wow.
Well, in the discussion, we told them that I can do all this and somebody will give me bad seed. They've added seed. So they are add-ons. Each time when we make a good case, then seed was just added. You understand? Then they will add. Now fire, if we have to make fire as one part of it, then we need to, there will be some safeguard. You yourself, the risk, we have deliberate risks and we have risks that is, if you talk about pests, they can be locusts, they can be armyworm. Yes, you can,
understandable.
But fire, if you are not very careful about fire, we need to be able to convince them. That means that you have to put certain things in place so that in the adverse, that those things are in place and fire comes fine. So that it won't be a point that somebody goes to intentional harvest and go and put fire and say, fire, but we need to look at it.
That's true.
So that we will be able to convince them that, look, give us fire insurance. But by giving us fire insurance, it means that you yourself, you must have some systems in place that which are about almost 80% or 90% and give fire to 20%.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So that is what we need to do. So we'll be making a case to them. And then we'll see how they'll add it. Because seed, we made a case, they've added. Because we say, we did everything. Now somebody give me a bad seed, it doesn't germinate. Okay, they say, okay, we insure the seed.
That is where I have an issue, because with issues of seed, now we have biotechnology, where companies are developing seeds that are already drought resistant, pest resistant, or drought tolerant, pest resistant.
Yes.
So these are seeds that are already being manufactured in the laboratories to become drought resistant and pest resistant. So it makes it easier for the insurance companies to go ahead to even insure the seeds.
Right.
Because already these are biotechnology products. You understand? So it is a safety net for the insurance companies. Sometimes I feel they should also come outside their comfort zone, because issues of fire is a menace up there, up north. And that is where the challenge is.
Yes.
Weather and all those things, now we have smart technology that you can easily predict even weather in the next 1 month, and then it would be near accurate. You understand? So I think the insurance companies too you need to engage
They
them
can
further.
adopt
Exactly.
some of these
We'll talk to them.
technologies.
You know, I remember some years ago, we were asked to go and investigate why fire was burning some rice in the north, or then in the upper east region. So a committee was set, and we went around to see why is all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to disclose it, but for now, we need to relook at it. And then we got to know why, you understand? So we need to talk to them and then see how they can add that. But I think they will be demanding that we put some safeguards.
Is it those people that are chasing the bandicoots or those people that are smoking?
that is another topic for us.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Some were deliberate, you know.
Okay.
So, you know. But now we have technology. We have machines. You can create a buffer to clear around the farm.
Yeah.
You can cut and put water. Pump water around.
Yeah, there's some
kind
of belt
it will
around
cost
the
money.
fence,
You
Because
understand?
even for us now, we are moving away from the manual spraying of pesticides and fertilizers to drone applications.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. We are learning from countries like South Africa and Kenya that have a framework for drone applications.
Wow.
And Ghana, we are also trying to develop a framework for drone application for both pesticides and fertilizers.
Right.
What it does is that it makes it very cost effective, efficient as well. Now that we are preaching issues of precision agriculture, where you have to get everything right. Drone technology is coming in, and I'm sure that is something that the youth would want to get closer to.
Embrace,
because now you're not going to put the knapsack sprayer at your back and then walk in between your crops spraying. That even poses a lot of risks to
chemicals,
you, the human being, and even an environment. So with the drone application technology coming in, and then with the framework being developed in Ghana, we are trying to gather all the stakeholders like the Civil Aviation, the Ghana Environmental Protection Authority, the standards and regulatory body, so that we can have that framework, and then the guidelines will be out for adoption.
Right.
When that is done, it makes it easier. You know, pest control would also become very easy.
Yes.
You can just sit at the comfort of your home, and then you guide the drone to wherever you want, and then you can get exactly the crops that you want to spray, the right quantities and the right dosages as well.
Wow.
So these are technologies that we are introducing, and I'm sure it would encourage the youth to come into agriculture.
Absolutely. Awesome. All right, this is our report here on Metro TV, and tonight we're taking a look at agriculture and how to get the youth to venture into this particular field, because it's a gold mine, but I think that we are not making the most out of it, particularly with the youth not fully and actively participating in it. And so that's the topic we're discussing tonight with Mr. Philip Abayori, who's president of the Ghana Agricultural Chamber of Commerce, and Mr. Kadri Rashad, executive director, CropLife Ghana. We're going for a quick break. When we return, we'll continue with the discussion. Please stay with us.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP will feel ya, huh? Will be feel. Goil, good energy. Yeah, dear.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water, or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Welcome to today's edition of Serene Insurance Business News. We present to you Serena. You're right. You can complete an entire insurance process for the purchase of any motor and other insurance products, from onboarding to issuing a motor insurance sticker and policy certificate, all on WhatsApp in less than 10 minutes. Serena is simple to use and it prioritizes user ease and flexibility. You can either use voice notes or text to effortlessly issue your instant policy, cross-platform renewals, claims, and also process your payments through mobile money, Visa, and MasterCard. To engage Serena, just search for Serena Insurance on all social media handles and scan the Serena barcode or save her number 0500 517 114 and start chatting her on WhatsApp immediately. There you have it. Serena is not just a tool, it's an innovation by Serena Insurance designed to redefine how motor and travel insurance are accessed and managed. Speed, convenience, and reliability.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
All right, welcome back. This is our report here on Metropolitan Television, and tonight we're taking a look at agriculture vis-a-vis the youth and why the youth are not involved in agric in our country, and why it is important for them to join the bandwagon and treat agric as business and really serious business. With us in the studios, Mr. Philip Abayori, who is President, Ghana Agricultural Chamber of Commerce, and Mr. Kadri Rashad, Executive Director, CropLife Ghana. Now, let's take a look at... Yeah, okay, so let's, I've been told we can activate the phone lines. The number to dial will be shown right on your screen. Is 02458349880, 02458349880. You can call in, that's right here on your screen. You can call in and contribute to the discussion. We shall also be sharing your messages with the rest of the world. But I just want us to take a look at the issue of the glut once again. Now we have all these areas and all that. What's happening to exports?
Yeah, you know, some of the crops are restricted. Government is restricting the exports of maize, soybean, and etc. And so that is one of the issues. So I think that we need to have a discussion.
Maize and soybean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where there should be a quota.
Yes.
For us to be able to push some of the produce out. Because you see, it's a little discouraging that the farmers will produce for 2 years and we have the stock.
Yes.
And then we also have to pay our debt.
And they've been prohibited from exporting to make money.
Because, so we need to be able to open a channel. You see, we need to, if you look at our off-taker system in agriculture, it is not well placed. But I think it's high time that we should have people registered that, look, we are people who will buy local produce and store. Noted.
Right.
Just like we have importers, look at the warehouses in Tema and in Accra, across the country. The imported rice have where to sleep, maize, you understand? I mean, whatever they are importing. So we need to also have that. In other countries who are around us, the farmers have even that capacity.
Right.
You understand? You can also assist the farmers for us to have the capacity to be able to gather this. You see, the good news is that these challenges we are facing shouldn't have even been an issue at all. You know that we have the Ghana Agricultural Exchange.
Yes. I only know the Ghana
Commodity
Exchange.
Ghana Commodity Exchange.
Yes.
Now, it is through these issues of farmers' produce not being sold, glut, and etc., that after we got agricultural insurance, you know, we advocated for it when I used to be. So we got agricultural insurance pool.
Right.
We got the agricultural, what we call a commodity exchange at the same time.
Yes. Okay.
Why? We realized that we have mitigated the risk, but we need a market.
Yes.
And the exchange will provide a platform where if we produce, we can put the produce in warehouses, take sheets from them and go to bank. We can borrow a little money to start work while they take time to sell.
Right.
You understand? I think that must function. If that was functioning very well, this issue of we having problem last year produce will not be there. Because they would have sold in advance, or they will look for the market. It's their job. You understand? So we need to have another, meeting. We need to meet deliberately and know why that is not happening, so that we try to find a way to resource them. If it is resources or whatever, it's collaboration, which is not there, so that we can collaborate effectively for us to be able to do this. You understand? It shouldn't have been a problem that government has to go and raise 100 million. That money government has raised cannot buy anything.
It's just a drop.
It is a drop. It cannot, because let me tell you, what the farmers are holding.
In excess of 1.3.
It's more than that.
Yes,
you
in
understand?
excess.
It's a lot of money.
Yes.
You understand? And this, if you look at this, the second season, the yield will be very high.
Right.
We are going to have more yields again.
Yes.
After harvesting. So it will be an issue. We don't want our farmers to be discouraged. So I think we need to find out from them. Why are they not having the warehouses? Are they not able to convince us to put our produce? What is the challenge? So that we all look at it and be able to do that. So that at least we ease distance from the farmers and then it will turn to paper. You understand? Where banks will be ready to at least advance some money again, waiting for sales to be done. In those warehouses, I think they'll be able to keep the produce very well because they have expertise. The produce will not go bad. So that is something I think we need to look at.
I agree with you. So with those gluts, so I think 2-3 years ago, we had a drought, which is a sharp contrast to what we're having now.
Yes.
And when the drought happened, then we're now looking at food security issues, concerns. And that is where the export ban came. Then, fortunately, with government interventions, with the fertilizer programs and government programs, we were able to produce more last year and then this year. And that is where the glut has come. So, and I agree, temporarily, government can raise the ban on the exports.
Yes. The ban on exports.
Yes.
Hold it there. When we come back, you continue from there. But I'm told we have Kote calling us from Accra. Good evening, sir. Mr. Kote, good evening, sir.
Good evening, boy.
Absolutely great. Please shoot.
Please. My name is Katia. My name is Katia Alfred.
Okay. Please go ahead.
All right. Please, I would like to make a little contribution.
Yes,
I'm also in the space. And our business is also running both aggregation, transportation, and even semi-processing. We have applied for buffer stocks. We paid the amount of money, 10,000 Ghana cedis. And we were told that, look, there is no need, you are going to be giving the contract now because there are many people in the line. But I believe strongly that many people have had contracts where those people are not in real-time business within the space. Do you get it? Some of us are working directly with the farmers, rice farmers, maize farmers, soya bean farmers, and what have you. And those that we are working with, the farmers, they are counting on us. But we don't get the deal. or we don't get opportunity to offtake from the farmers and bring to government. But some people get a contract and they sell the contract out.
I see.
So who is being shortened here?
Are you able to substantiate that they actually sell the contracts out?
Oh, master, I've been in the business for about 17 years now. Somebody told somebody that bring 50,000 CDs and will give you a contract.
I see.
Do you get it? There is one other aspect I would like to put before you about the excess produce.
Yes.
You see, government cannot give out 300 million for buffer stock to buy those produce. I think the best thing government can do is to connect ADB, GCB, or any other government-related financial entity where government will give guarantee or that assurance for entities like ours to get those financial capabilities or liquidities from the bank. So that we, those who are having the warehouses, they can come and inspect. My warehouse can take 30,000 bags of 50 kg grade. So if there is that facility for me at a reduced rate or no interest or single-digit interest, at least we can aggregate and put in our warehouses. If that is not even done, or if some of them are not having these warehouses,
right,
with the supply or with the support of government, we can get the money, come to a place like Accra, Tema to be precise. There are many warehouses there. We can aggregate for government so that we keep the grains in the warehouses, treat them,
okay, all right,
and release them as and when they are needed.
Point
Master,
well made.
with the officers you have treated them with, 6 years ago we had this same problem. It was with rice and it came to maize. Do you get it?
Yeah.
It was with rice and it came to maize. 6 years ago we had so much maize in the system. And the borders were open. We had Malians and Nigerians who came in and offered more money to the farmers.
Right.
They put everything in the system and there was a shortage.
Okay.
That was where maize went as high as 1,700, and some people even sold theirs for 2,000 per 150 kg. If government should open up for them to come and buy again, I promise you within the next 2 years there will be shortage.
Right.
But the best thing that Agri Ministry and the government of Ghana can do is to open up or speak with ADB or GCB for them to provide the finances.
Right. Okay.
For
Mr.
us
Kote.
to be buying and placing them in the warehouses.
Right.
So that these things are released into the system as and when they are needed.
Right.
And it will help in the price control of these commodities. I
Awesome.
think, let me just stop there. There are many people in the system.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Alfred Kote. I'm grateful to you for your time. But you would come in. I see you have a lot of comments to make, but you finish with the submission you were making and then we'll tackle.
With the gluts,
yes.
It came about because of the food shortage, because as a result of the drought 2-3 years ago.
Yes.
Now we have a lot of gluts of maize, rice in the system.
Yes.
Now what government can do, he mentioned 300 million. Even with the 300 million given to buffer stock, it was a first 100 million that was given to them. And then the other 200 million is in the budget yet to be approved. So currently buffer stock does not have that capacity to buy off the excesses. So what government can do is to...
We are talking about 10 billion, no, 50 billion worth
of cereals.
Yeah, sure.
And so that is just a drop in the ocean.
Yeah.
So government can possibly open up for the exports, possibly give 2-3 months, 4 months to push out some of these gluts for farmers to be able to recover their monies to prepare for the next season. You understand? And if you also look at the gluts that are in the system, especially for rice, we are talking about gluts, yet we are still importing a lot of rice into the market, which is also competing with the rice, the Ghana rice.
Right.
Now we are trying to promote it, so it's called Ghana rice. And I think it's about time government to get, let's look at the regulatory authorities, Standards Authority, FDA. They can have a comprehensive audit of the rice sector, all the imports. Some of them are not even meeting standards.
Right.
some of them are evading taxes.
Yes.
Do a comprehensive audit. Those that are not meeting the standards, then you cut imports of those ones to make way for the local farmers to be able to sell, to cut down the competition as well. So we should think about having a rice sector audit so that we can take away all those imported rice that are not meeting standards to allow market for our local producers to be able to.
Absolutely. Yes, Mr. Bayori.
You see, I'm thinking what government need to do is that government need to budget money and buy yearly what they want to keep. That's what is happening in every country. During COVID, you realize that food became an issue.
Yes.
That India said that they were not going to export again.
Yeah, sure.
You know that in the Indian government, American government, a lot of the governments across the country are keeping stock of food which belongs to the state. And they keep that food because they know that if something happens, definitely they will need to put it in.
Sure.
Food security.
We need to have that done. Government need to have stocks. It's important. You understand? That so if they will budget and say, look, we want to put 1 trillion every year into government stocks. You understand? Every year they will replenish the stocks.
Yeah.
You understand? Government has a lot of things that they may want to do. Then we know, you understand, that this particular stocks will be taken off. Those are the stocks. When we trade and export and then there are shortages, government will say, look, I've stopped export from now, then they'll release it into the market. You understand? But if you want us to go and borrow money, use our own monies to buy fertilizers and farm commercially, you say agriculture is business, and then you put a cap that we cannot sell outside our market, and then we are losing. It is counterproductive to commercial business sense.
I agree.
So we need to look at it because we think that we are having food security, but that is not food security when the farmer is not happy and getting money. You understand? So we need to look at it. You know, sometimes the policy is to help, but it can also destroy the confidence of the farmers.
Yes.
So we are getting to a point that we want to see it in that way. If government cannot even do that, like I'm saying, cocoa, how are we doing cocoa? We had the Grains Development Board. I think there's a policy that we wanted the Grains Development Board to turn to like Cocoa Board, which would be a body, an authority, Grain Development Authority, which we expected that authority would have been the one
to oversee
all this. And we'll also have a budget to be able to also have been able to do these government strategic stocks. And then we'll be able to trade fairly. Prices even, we'll look at cost of pricing and etc. so that at least we can be a competitive, you know, as we are here. Some other countries want maize. It's an opportunity for us to produce more maize and sell to them. You understand? It's business. Anytime when we are short, we import. It's business. We make the money. If we are short, we also import from a cheaper country. Business must be universal. But we cannot produce and keep. Soybean, for instance, we have high demand of soybean. Brazil is doing about almost getting to about 2 billion tons, 1 billion tons of soybean export to China. You know it?
Yeah.
Brazil came out from the economic issues and became G7 from producing of soybean. You understand what I'm trying to say? America is the same. Today, it is clear that our land is very good for soybean. The Chinese they are exporting to China. They want non-GMO soybean.
Yes.
Last time I met a Chinese company and we had a discussion, they want to have an agreement for us to grow 5 million tons of soybean for them.
Wow.
With a bank guarantee. They have the bank guarantee to guarantee us.
Wow.
Non-GMO?
Yeah, they want it. You understand? We are talking. But we looked at it. We are yet to see how we can even get a seed, in quantity of seed to plant. It's a business opportunity. If we can export 5 million tons, we overpass cocoa by the revenue we'll be bringing. You understand? There are companies which came from Qatar, the Gulf countries. They want maize. They are even ready to support. Let them give the opportunity to also support us so that we have that market. We will produce more. We employ a lot of people. You understand? When we produce, government will say, this is the quota. Send 70% and keep, they'll give us quota. Keep 30%. And you see, we will expand. Now it is like we are squeezing our own agricultural sector not to do commercial business. It's not right. We need to look at it seriously.
Right, let's do some messages. Addo Joseph is watching us live on Facebook. He says, I remember agric science was a subject way back in schools where we studied, but what has transpired nowadays, we need to go back to the olden days. Yes, I think I agree. And then Fred is watching us in Bogotanga, that's the Upper East Regional Capital. He says, from the submissions by your panelists, I'm tempted to believe that Ghana is now food secure. Is that really the case?
Oh, yes, we have a lot of food. I can guarantee from any crop, cassava, yam, we have enough. By the market. So we need to open up. We are not exporting. I think you are in the port. We are not exporting as much.
Yeah.
So we need to move half of that produce out of this country to bring foreign exchange. And then also to assure that we, the farmers, can have it.
At the point where we were food insecure, 2-3 years when the drought came,
yes.
we had some grains, maize from ECOWAS. They were borrowed some relief maize, quantities of maize. So I think this is an opportune time for us to also buy off the maize in the market and then repay our debts.
Right.
You know, so government has to make a conscious effort in doing some of these things.
All right. Haruna is watching us in Nungwa. He says, good evening, Mr. Host and your panelists. I want to suggest, he says, I want to suggest that the cost of inputs is also high and one of the issues affecting farmers. What does your panelists have to say about this?
So with cost of inputs, I will take it from my perspective. In the past 2-3 years, we have been making calls to government to review the Exemptions Act. So now what is happening is that if you are bringing, before 2022, if you are bringing in imports of agric inputs into Ghana, you are exempted from paying duty. So it made the cost of importation very low, and then we translated to lower prices of inputs. Now in 2022, the Exemptions Act was reviewed. That is the 1083. Now you have to pay the full duty, and it's just the VAT components that have been taken off.
Right.
But the major component is the duty, which has made the cost of importation of agric inputs, seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and all other inputs very high, because you are now paying the full complement of the duty. And what it means is that if you bring in these containers or this input, you are going to pay the full component, and then you transfer the cost to the farmers. So we've made calls to government to review the Exemptions Act to take away the duties on inputs, so that the prices would come down as much as possible for farmers to access.
Awesome. All right, I think we have barely 2 minutes to wrap up. Mr. President, let's have your take on the cost of inputs. I know you were at some point also into inputs. You used to sell big, inputs. Tell us.
Cost of inputs, I'm saying that we need to get to a point that we do some of the inputs ourselves here. You understand?
Locally manufactured,
we should do that.
Locally
because
produced,
as we want, if you look at the amount of money we spend in bringing inputs, if we also have the factories here to do fertilizers and other things, we should be able to reduce the cost.
Right.
But in the meantime, definitely we need to have some exemptions to be able to, to run through. We are also looking at if we're able to bring in more, the prices will stabilize. So government subsidy even would have not been necessary.
Right.
You understand? So we need to look at it in that vein to ensure that at least we get some manufacturers who will do some of the produce, the inputs here for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to add to, but I think with the cost of inputs, it also has to do with the dollar rate. That I think during the time that the dollar was skyrocketing, that was when most of these inputs were being imported. And now that the dollar has come down relative to the cedi, I'm sure moving forward, if it stabilizes next year, cost of inputs would relatively be stable, or it will come down.
Not to do politics, but the one sector that is ravaging the agri sector is mining. Ghana, Agricultural Chamber of Commerce. What's your take?
Yeah, we have advocated that we need to look at it holistically, engage the people, designate areas that they can do that mining, control them, provide all the things that are needed for that particular mining that will be safe. You understand? So that we know here the miners are, here we the farmers are. So that there won't be any indiscriminate mining. We know that some of them have become very stubborn and trying not to listen and etc. But I think we need to have a deliberate policy. They live within the community. They must adhere to the community that they, through their work, they cannot deprive people from getting good water to drink. They cannot also let us have a lot of diseases and not get good food to eat or get bad market because people will think that there are chemicals on the ground. If we can get to a point that they can identify themselves, register, government should register them, get to know them. They are faceless. Now we need to know them, so that they will now be told that this is the way you have to do it. Yeah. If you don't do it, those who don't register, those who have registered will police them, so that they can stay in their line and do their work. We'll do our work where we are supposed to do, so that our lands will not be devastated.
Absolutely.
For mining.
Drop live, just 30 seconds.
Yes.
Our time is up already.
It's been a good discussion, and then we are also encouraging all the youth to take advantage of agriculture.
Yes.
Now we are in an era of modern technology with AI. We are looking at precision agriculture. So this is a time for the youth to get going in all the value chain activities of agriculture.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Indeed, that was Mr. Kadiri Rashad, Executive Director, CropLife Ghana, and indeed Mr. Philip Abayori, President, Ghana Agricultural Chamber of Commerce. The two gentlemen will be having a discussion with our experts in the studios today. Good evening. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for obliging us and for coming. And we know as and when the need arises and we call you, you'd always, give us a positive response. We'd like to say a big thanks to our sponsors, Ghana Revenue Authority, Guel PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, MPS, and indeed Phoenix Insurance. Remember, the show is powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority-GPHA. Now, we are entreating you to keep watching the rest of our programs here on Metro TV and make a date on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. and watch our bridge version of Iron Port on Ghana Television GTV. We would, God willing, bounce back next week with another wonderful edition of your favorite Iron Port program. My name is Kennedy Mona. I wish you a blessed week ahead, and we thank you so much for choosing us. God bless, no less. We're out.